All right, hey guys, I'm going to go over a couple, like the ones on your quiz that a lot of people are making mistakes on. And you may want to go back and look at a few of them before we correct them. So you can make a new submission, but you must show your work on these problems to get points. So a lot of you are getting ones like number 9 and 10 wrong. So here's what I'm going to suggest and what was shown kind of in the videos. For all of these problems, I would always start by making a little table. Anytime I'm working with exponential functions, I'm going to make a table and write what they kind of give me. So if I look at this graph, I see right here, I know 1 point. The y-intercept is 0, 8. I'm just going to put that on here. Okay, so 0, 8. Now, the next point that I see, I can actually figure out, right? To figure it out, it says I'm going over 1 and down 3. What would this point actually be here? Okay, it doesn't tell me that my multiplier is -3. A lot of people are writing that. That's just trying to help you get to this next point. So if I went over 1, down 3, well, I would be at 1, right? Because if I go over 1 from 0, I'd be at 1. And if I went down 3 from 8, this would be at 5. So now I'm at 1, 5. Okay, so now that I have a table, I can figure out how to write my exponential decay equation. Okay, so first thing, I know my initial value is 8. Okay, I need to find the multiplier. Okay, and to do that, use your table here. Okay, so you can go to get from 8 to 5, you can do 5 divided by 8 and see what that is. I don't think that's a nice decimal, so I am just going to keep it as 5/8 to the x power. And actually that is a nice decimal, so I can really rewrite this as 8 parentheses and then 0.625 to the x power. So that would be my multiplier. So if I did 8 times 0.625, I do get 5. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of erase this over here. So again, this is times 0.625. So that is my multiplier there. So that would be your equation. So I saw a lot of people right here putting -3. That is not the multiplier. All right, another one that a lot of people are getting wrong are some of the word problems. And it's the one dealing with interest. So again, I'm going to suggest you go back and you make a table before you do anything. So let's say I say Joe started a savings account and it pays 4.5% interest. Okay. And it's compounded annually, so every year. After 1 year, I'm going to tell you he has $2,500 in his account. Okay. I want to know, can you find out his initial amount? All right, so first thing I'm going to do is make a table of values of what I know, okay? I do not know how much he started with, so I'm just going to put after 0 years, I'm not sure. But after 1 year, I know he has $2,500. Okay, now if I wanted to know after 2 years, you guys should know this is exponential growth. So I would have to do times 1.045, right? Because he keeps his 100%, plus he gets 4.5% interest. So that's 104.5%. And then to change that to a decimal, 1, 2, it's 1.045. Okay, so I could get 2 years. I'm just going to do that real quick. So 2,500 times 1.045, and I get $2,612.50. Now, if I want to go backwards to what his initial, I would divide by 1.045. Okay, so I'm going to type in 2,500 divided by 1.045, and I end up with not a nice number, but I just made this up. So 2392 and 34 cents if I round that. Okay, so now if I was going to write my equation, okay, so I could write f of t for time, and he started with $2,392.34. Okay, and then times, okay, and then my multiplier is that 1.045, and then it's compounded annually, so every year. Okay, so this would be my equation. Now, if I asked you how much he would have after 5 years, you would plug in 5 for t. Now be careful. Some of you, I'm not sure where you're getting some of your numbers in. When you type this in on your calculator, please make sure you type in 1.045 to the 5th power first. I would hit enter, and then once you get that, then I would multiply by that 2392.34. Okay, and then you can get your final answer. All right, hopefully that helps. So again, I would go back, recheck your quiz, especially check numbers 9, 10, and 14. Okay, maybe even the other ones I would just double check as well. And then make a submission by 9 a.m. tomorrow.